I heard this story told by the speaker, T.D. Jakes, by a little boy out in the Midwest who wanted to see an eagle fly. So he gets a pair of binoculars and goes out to a large open field and he's watching and he's watching. And finally he spots an eagle. And the eagle is flying higher and higher and higher. Then all of a sudden the eagle stops in midair. And it begins to fall and flap and fall and flap and fall and flap. Finally it disappears out of sight. Little boy says to himself, what happened to the eagle? Did someone shoot the eagle? I didn't hear a gun. And the little boy walks for about a mile in order to find where the eagle had landed. And finally he found the eagle. The eagle is laid down, nose in the dirt. The eagle is dead. The little boy says to himself, what killed the eagle? The little boy turns the eagle over, and there, affixed to the eagle's chest, is a weasel, a little animal. And the weasel has bitten into the heart of the eagle. And the little boy says to himself, now I see what happened to the eagle. The eagle had picked up a weasel and did not let it go. And that's very symbolic to our lives, because every single day of our lives, we all pick up weasels. And weasels come in many different forms. There are weasels in the form of negative thoughts, weasels in the form of bad habits, weasels in the form of unhealthy addictions, weasels in the form of fears and worries and stress and frustration and anger and insecurities. We all pick up weasels. And if we don't drop the weasels, then the weasels will drop us. Holler if you hear me. It's amazing. Drop the weasels. Drop the weasels. Let go of the things that are trying to eat at you. Let go of things that are trying to separate you from your source of peace and joy. Let them go. Because either you drop them, or they will drop you. And I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Because in this presentation, I'm going to share with you some tips that we all can use to drop the weasels and fly like an eagle. And as you listen to this presentation, whenever you hear a quote that you like, please write it down on your piece of paper. That's very important, because towards the end of this presentation, you're going to need to have a list of your favorite quotes written down on your notes piece of paper. On your piece of paper there. Now, I'd like to share with you something very personal. And I used to be very embarrassed about this, but no longer am I embarrassed about it, so I'm going to share it with you. You see, although I am a professional, right, I graduated from college with a degree in accounting, and I worked as an auditor for the federal government and became a CPA, a certified public accountant. Although I am a professional, I'm still in the process of overcoming reading challenges. I had severe reading problems when I was growing up. And although things have improved, I'm still in the process of overcoming those reading challenges. Now, I'm not embarrassed to admit it, because I realize that in order to overcome a problem, we must embrace the struggle. Holler if you hear me. So I embrace my struggles. And I realize that it's okay if some people look down on me. It's okay if some people think of me as being a little slow or dumb. It's okay, because I realize now that other people's opinions of me do not have to become my reality. I realize now that my value as a human being always stays the same, regardless of how other people treat me. To really make this point clear, let me share with you this illustration. How much is this worth? $1. But what if I take this dollar bill and crumple it up and throw it on the floor and stomp on it? How much is it worth now? It's still worth $1. Regardless of how I just treated this dollar bill, its value stayed the same. I crumbled it up, I threw it on the floor, I stomped on it, I put dirt on it, but yet its value stayed the same. The same thing is true about you, me, and all of the human beings. Regardless of how other people treat us, regardless of what other people think about us, or say about us, or do to us, regardless of whatever happens to us in our lives, our value stays the same, because our value is something that the world did not give to us, and so therefore, it's something that the world cannot take away. Holler if you hear me.